boy, coming into the cabin on an early morning, 7 a.m., 19 degrees, and it's going to be a beautiful trip. Well, here we are back, and I'll tell you, it's winter. It's cold. The ground is white. My face is white. Got my winter beard on, and like my little hat, little button there, and turns a light on, so I kind of enjoy that. But we're trying to get some stuff done. Being that it's winter time now, going to cut up some more wood, but I'm going to try to continue on getting logs brought down for the log cabin. So the goal this weekend is going to be cut a couple of trees and get them to the right size, right length, 12 foot and 14 foot. Also, try to probably get some bark off of them as well. Got to keep the solar panels clear. We are on the 10th, or I guess it's right now the 8th of December, so the sun angle is super low. I'm looking over at the sun right now, and it's way down, so we're not going to get a lot out of the solar panels. So I'll make sure the generator's working and that we can use that when need be to top off the batteries. Check some trail cams, see what's wandering in the woods when the weather gets like this. But it's a beautiful day. It's just a bit brisk, and we're going to have fun. It's a cold one out today, and hopefully we have a great day. So I came up to the cabin this morning to work from up here because I knew it was going to snow and I wanted to be here when it does. And man, is it beautiful out with this snow coming down. Have to run the generator because the solar is just not kicking out enough power, obviously, but no Pikes Peak in the background today. So I'm just going to enjoy a hot fire, hot coffee, get a little work done, and hopefully a little bit later drop another tree and start doing getting the draw knife out and getting some bark off some trees for the log cabin I'm building. Well, good cold morning to you. Woke up this morning to a fresh blanket of snow. It's 6 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about -12 Celsius for my Canadian and European friends. And it's time to get a fire going. I put my last bit of wood on the fire last night around 9:30, 10 o'clock, and right now it's just after 6 a.m. And it's still 59 degrees inside the cabin, so cabin really retains heat pretty well. But before I went to bed last night, I wanted to prep so it wouldn't take me too long to get a fire, or if I woke up in the middle of the night and it was really cold in here, I could start a fire easily. So here's what I did. Yesterday I had a bowl of soup in a paper bowl, and I save it, and I take my paper towel that I used as a napkin, put it in the bottom, put some small kindling on top, and it's just a nice little kit to start a fire with. So I can just take this, and it should fit, and drop it inside my little Colorado cylinder stove. Grab a match here, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, should only need one match to start a fire. At least that's what I tell my girls. Let's see if it works. Well, it's a going already this morning, so in a couple of minutes I'll have a nice blazing fire. But it's a way of getting rid of the waste. In a way, it's recycling because the ash will go to the wood eventually anyway. And I like making things easy and quick in the morning. So today's going to be bacon and oatmeal with some trail mix mixed in the oatmeal. Good hearty breakfast that'll get to work outside. Now I'll let you know what I'll be doing. I'm not going to bore you with the whole meal, but I'll tell you, there's nothing better than the sound of bacon crackling in the morning. Here you can see how that paper bowl starts on fire, and also the the small kindling is good and dry. I'll turn down my flue here in a second so I don't burn everything up too quick. And just like that, inside of probably 4 or 5 minutes, we've got our fire going and warming the cabin already. And here real shortly, these two fans will kick on. And if you don't have these for your wood burning stove, you need to get them. They don't use electricity per se where you have to plug them in or batteries, but they have a heating, and I don't know exactly how it works, but there's a little pad that takes heat energy and turns it into electric energy and runs a small fan. And to move heat around the cabin, it makes it so much more efficient and evenly heated. So I kind of shoot one here towards the wood pile that I've got over here on the left to help dry or keep the wood good and dry. And then the one on the right shoots it across the room towards the sofa, which is also a hide-a-bed that we sleep on. And oh, there you can see, kick it on already, and I just started this thing up. The other one should kick on shortly as well. But again, you can get them for 25, 30 bucks, as much as probably 60 bucks on Amazon if it's something that you're looking for. But talk about making your wood stove more efficient. Those are definitely the way to go. All right, breakfast is done. Let's take a look at what's going on this morning. Man, I'll tell you, the addition of this covered patio that I did this summer is so nice to have a nice dry place come out. But look at here. Yeah, we definitely got a bunch of snow last night. So first order of business that I need to take care of is cleaning off our solar panels, because they are covered, and it should be about as easy as doing this. Not quite. I'm gonna go back and get a broom because I got to get these things cleaned off, or we're not gonna get any power today. Got my broom, so let's get this done. Oh, look, the sun is actually hitting me. Boy, is it going to be a beautiful day out. I'm going to take down a couple of trees today is the plan, and see if I can cut them in those 12 and 14 foot lengths, move them over to my wood pile. Also going to try to peel a few logs. And then by the end of the day, what I have to do is I have to take my car and I have to move it about a mile down the road. Apparently later this afternoon and tonight, we're supposed to be getting winds from 50 to 80 miles an hour. And with this new snow that's on the ground on top of what was there before, the wind will blow in and block the roads, and I'll be stuck here. So I got to park in my winter parking place. I'll grab my sled so I can drag stuff in and out, and that's where the car is going to sit until tomorrow night when I go home. But great start to a day. Like I said, it's a bit chilly. It's up to about 10 degrees, which is what, roughly -8 Celsius. So it's going to be very workable. I'll just get a nice jacket on and probably put my snow pants on because it's deep enough that it's kicking up in my boots. So let's get to work on getting the chainsaw ready to go, maybe sharpen it up a little bit, and get to cutting some logs. So time to do a little chain sharpening here and prepping the chainsaw for the day's work that it's going to be doing. And one of the great advantages of having power at the cabin is that I'm going to cheat and do it the easy way. Use a little Dremel with a guide on it, and I can knock out this chain in a couple of minutes as opposed to hand filing it. So key is to make sure that you got the right size grinding stone, you have a guide so that you can keep your angles correct. And the other part that I like to do is I'm going to mark where I'm going to start. So I've got a marker here, and I'm just going to color one of the teeth, so I know that's going to be the first one I do. It's in green, and that's where I'll stop when I'm done. So I'm going to get to it, see if we can't get this thing knocked out pretty quick here for us. So turn it so it's a little bit easier to see, and there it is. I didn't get my green one where I started. Okay, now going the other way. Oops. Just like that, we're done. I'm going to run a flat file over this right now to take down the guides to make sure that I'm cutting deep enough. I probably filed this chain, I don't know, probably 20 times, so I'm sure it's starting to get a little bit worn. But we'll keep the oil on it. We'll keep it sharp until it can't. I do have 2 spare chains though in my little storage shed over there in case something happens to this one or it breaks. Got my flat file now, so we'll start working on these. And we're back to the green. Ready to roll. Put some gas in it, put some oil, bar oil on, and we can start cutting some trees. Well, let's see what this snow has done to my logs. Yep, that's what I thought. They're fully covered again. And the tracks that are out here, that's a deer probably, the way it's going through there. A couple of deer probably. Gonna brush those off, but I do want to get some stripping done. And what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna get back over there where I got a bunch of the trees before, and I'll show you the 2 that I'm gonna drop, and there's a couple more on the ground that I want to get cut up. And I'm gonna have to try to drag them over here myself. Can't get a 4-wheeler up here anymore. So I'm going to, I got a big heavy duty utility sled. I might try to slide using that, or I just might end up having to take these things and tip them end over end to get them. But I'm walking you over here while I'm talking, and gosh darn, it's beautiful out, isn't it? But here's a couple of the trees that are gonna come down. There's a smaller one that I'll probably just cut up for wood. And then the bigger one that's behind there, I'll cut that one up as one of my logs for the log cabin. And then there's still a downed one here, over there, and back there that I need to cut up. And hopefully today the goal is to get those out of here. So we'll see how it goes. Time to go get the chainsaw over here and get to work. Oh boy, that thing is tight. Good thing I keep my handy dandy knife around. Has many functions. That's just one of many. Sharp chain, oil for the chain, and full of gas. Let's get to work. So this is a little one. I'm going to drop them both kind of that way towards where I've got a little bit of a clearing that I'm going to use for firewood. And then the bigger one behind there is going to be another set of logs for the log cabin that I'll try to get over. And that one's diameter isn't as huge, so should be good. So let's get started. Well, that kind of sucks. Oh. Well, let's see what size logs we can get out of this. I don't think we've got 20 feet here, so I'm gonna cut one big 14-footer and we'll see what's left on the other end because I want the long ones first. So let's get at it. Tumble it out. And if you're wondering why I'm panting, again, we're at 9,500 feet. And boy, oxygen is thin up here. Wow. Try to tumble the big one out. I can't lift the big end over my head, so I have to rotate the log every time. Kind of a pain in the ass, but where there's a will, there's a way, right? Let's keep going. That would have hurt if I would have taken it in the chin. I'm not going to make you watch me do this all the way up the hill, but you get the idea. A lot of work today. Wow, I'm overheating here with how hard I'm working. So take a little break from moving the big logs and gonna trim these up a little bit, make some firewood out of this, because with as cold as it's been, I'm going through a lot of wood. So let's clean these things up and cut them up with chainsaw. Now they'll fit into the fireplace a little bit easier without those little branches sticking off the side. Now to cut them up with a chainsaw. All right, I'm gonna take this all in the house and my wood pile will be full for tonight. Blah, I'm tired, lunchtime. Well, I got a couple of logs over here, so time to start getting some of the bark off. Man, This is not gonna be easy. This is gonna take a bit. I think the frozen logs are just a little too rough. They're a little wet too. So this might be a short-lived venture today. And like I thought, with the number of knots on these logs, this is going to be interesting. I think I'll be using my chainsaw a lot to knock edges off this, but we'll give it a little bit more of a go and see how things come together for me. Well, they do not peel in nice long strips like you see everybody else peeling theirs, so I got a lot of work to do. They're beautiful logs, but this whole building the cabin over the winter, it's just not going to happen. The camera's sitting in at least a foot of snow, and more comes once a week. So this is eventually going to be 3-4 feet down here. Beginning of December, we haven't even come close. Our snowiest months are March here. So anyway, I might play around a little bit longer with this and see if I can't get a couple of these done. And eventually I'll just continue to work on these things slowly but surely and bring other ones up here. But the actual building process probably isn't going to hit till April. So apologize. Thought I'd get at it sooner. Thought I'd get the foundation, because if I had the foundation down, I could build all winter. Just snowed too early, so we'll just slowly work away. Well, good morning, everybody. After yesterday, boy, I was kind of stiff from bringing those that big log out and trying to do a little draw knife on frozen wood. Just didn't work. So today, the quick plan is going to be to go limb up all the trees that are way down there where I've been clearing stuff and trying to get it all ready to be cut into lengths, drug up here. When I get a little more help, maybe my daughters will come help me out. But we're gonna get at that, have a nice breakfast, and we will see you right before we take off later today. Well, I don't really know if you remember how big a mess this was back here, but there's where I took the 2 trees down. And then over here, shadow. I tried to clean up all of the, and limb. When it gets a little bit nicer, we'll be able to finish this up. So happy that I got that done today. And maybe next time, there'll be a little bit less snow for me to deal with. Well, that's a wrap. Another great weekend up here. Cold. 5 degrees was the coldest it got, and that was last night. Negative, what is that, 12, 13 Celsius. So it was a good trip though. I enjoyed myself immensely. Got my white beard for the white snow. Moved some logs, limbed some logs, cut some logs, worked around the cabin inside, getting it ready for Christmas, because the next time we come back will be Christmas. And so if I forget to say it later, Merry Christmas to everybody, because this will get posted before Christmas time comes along. So I've got some stuff ready for the girls in there. So we are going to have a great trip out here again in another couple of weeks. But as always, thanks for watching. Really appreciate everybody and spending this time with me. And remember, do it yourself.